Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
You already know what it is. You already know
what JF, y'all. You know what it is. I'm your boy Black Pedro.
Yo, Shang in the building, and I wanted to say thank you guys for jumping on and supporting the show. Savage AF up in your face. This is what it is. I need y'all to do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe to the show. I see that we got a lot of people already on. Pedro could read it off real quick. See who
Lady Hazel, Nicole, Breezy. It's ladies' night. Stacy. I see Christina B. Who else? Everybody's in here. Velda. Okay, all right, ladies. I like y'all.
All right,
go ahead. I feel like we host a book club every week.
Yeah.
We don't read books for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank y'all for getting down with us on the show. And wanted to thank y'all. Make sure you follow us, Savage AF Radio on IG. Make sure you follow us on that, and make sure that you do all that other shit we do. You know what I'm saying? On iTunes, on podcasts, on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and
SoundCloud, yeah.
SoundCloud. We do it on SoundCloud.
I see you, Miss Adverb. Yo, just in time, girl. Lock the door behind you. All right. Anybody after this? Poll time.
No time.
We have our strip club manager here, Miss Adverb. Pamela Knox always got a strong voice in the building, man. We appreciate you guys. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, actually, Mondays and Fridays, we're going to be on 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the meantime, we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? That's good. What it is, y'all. Savage AF, we're here. We normally do a show. I don't know if you wanted to
do a show
today.
Yeah. Also want to say Happy Black History Month to all you people out there. Happy Black History Month to you. I don't know how much that matters since it's the shortest month, but Happy Black History Month to all of y'all. Right now, when you take the good with the bad. Sometimes you feel like doing this, but you just don't.
Unless there's like a big ass pillow cushion.
Yeah, down there at the bottom.
Balloon thing that you can land on. What was it? Lethal Weapon? Mel Gibson. Just fuck it. Quickest way to get him down.
For
you
sure.
know what it is, man. You know what it is. So we aren't the kind of show that will run things down for you. We tend to run up on your ass.
We run up on you. That's how we do that. Yo. I forgot one more thing before we jump into the topics. I'm gonna do this at the beginning and the end. Yo, we got a young man that's gonna have an album out. It's gonna be an album. It's called Black Pedro Begins. Black Pedro Begins. So make sure y'all check out when it comes out. Black Pedro Begins. It is nothing like you think it is, but you will laugh. End of the day, you will laugh for sure. Also, if you get a chance, February 18th, I got a little comedy special that's gonna be popping off.
Don't put no low in front of it. Nothing.
That's how women always say. How you doing with your little
with your little thing, with your little
comedy,
jokes?
SHANGRY is gonna be on Amazon Prime February 18th. Make sure you check it out. February 18th. That's what it is. And one more thing before we jump into it. We always ask you to subscribe, but a lot of people forget about doing this. And this is what I need y'all to do. That's it. Subscribe and ring the little bell.
And that'll get you your notifications. So whenever we're on, if you forget the time, if you haven't set your Siri or Alexa to us yet, like you should be doing,
right?
That's what it is, y'all. So you know what it is. It's February 10th, 2021. Right. Off to a great start this year. Okay.
Pedro.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
I had to get the face, take my reading glasses off and get a face. It's been a crazy year so far.
No, it's all good, man. We've been through worse, and there's worse coming. So, but here's the thing, man. We're gonna end the show with the Shangri, of course. Black Pedro popping before that, where we're gonna talk about how things are up in smoke, and I'm gonna explain that. But before we get into that, the imperfect defense that Trumpty Dumpty's lawyers have set up.
That was bad.
Okay, and we're gonna and we're just gonna see how that turns out. But before we get into that, February 10th, 2021, Savage AF, Black Pedro, Shang in the building. Yeah. We're gonna do it like this, y'all. Murder was the case that okay, so not really. This isn't a murder case that we're looking at, but this is the historic second impeachment trial of Donald Jonathan Trumpty Dumpty.
Yes.
And the Dems killed it today.
Again.
But I will say that they're building their argument really well. My whole thing is that it's kind of like, okay, you're doing the adequate job because this is a pretty easy case to set up. All the evidence in the world is provided by the perpetrators, and then it's pretty clear. They did a great job of linking it all to his statements, over time, over months or whatever, during the election cycle, of how he set it up, how he built it up, and then how he charged the mob towards the Capitol, and then what he did or failed to do afterwards. So it's an easy argument to make, I think.
No, but Pedro, the only point of contention is right towards the end. Right towards the end, one of the senators like, "I did not say that. I want that stricken off the record."
Mike Lee of Utah, he was like, he said that I said that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. He said, "Well, we'll investigate it and we might revisit it tomorrow." Bitch.
But he was like, but Jamie Raskin was really like, it's not that important, and he's the lead prosecutor on the House side that's presenting the case before the Senate here. But everybody did a fabulous job.
They crushed it.
Joe Neguse, Stacey Plaskett, who I discovered. I was like, oh yeah, we have representatives from the Virgin Islands.
And I basically, when I was watching it, it was basically this is what I saw.
Oh yeah, no. It was.
And then the response tomorrow. What I expect from the Republicans. This is the response from the Republicans.
Yeah. No, so I mean, and we might not even get to the Republicans tomorrow. I'm not. There's the Democratic, the prosecution, the House. They have 8 more hours that they can use because each side gets 16 hours to sort of debate their argument. But yeah, I mean, this is a slam dunk thing. Maybe 1 or 2 senators change their mind, but man, at the end of the day, it's the greatest argument ever made towards nothing. It's so
obvious. It's so obvious.
But great job. I mean, great job. Honestly, I mean that sincerely. It was really a well put together argument and timeline by the prosecution, and as well as you can do it. I think they went for the throat and didn't hold anything back, but really built it up such that it was factually based, but also tugged at the emotional strings of your 100 jurors, which is the entire Senate body, which is split 50-50 right now. And they need 17 Republicans to come to this side. And that looks impossible, but I think they did as well as they could to build a case.
But you know what?
They won't make a difference.
They were interviewing a couple of Republicans afterwards, and even they said, after watching that, basically
didn't realize
that ridiculous slam dunk they did on us, that it would be hard. It'd be hard pressed to not.
Somebody who's probably already on that side, but Mitt Romney was like, "Oh shit, yeah." I forgot I shit my pants and ran the other way when Eugene Goodman was like, "Get the fuck out of here." He was like, oh yeah, that shit. Or, there are, Republican senators who are like, "Oh, I didn't realize what was going on the House side," or "I didn't realize it was actually that close to us being caught." I mean, the mob through that doorway that
Yeah.
That Ashley Babbitt eventually got shot through.
Right.
They initially saw, and you could see the footage. They could see Senator Grassley as they were leaving.
They had a circle around him. They saw it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I was responding to Sean King, I was just saying, like, I'm sorry, but that was a very fine line, that doorway that Ashley Babbitt was climbing through to legislative body members who would have been exposed. Like, he had to pull that trigger. Like that officer had every right to.
You know what? I know this sounds
it was his duty and obligation.
She was a service member, and she knows that if somebody got a gun put on you, you're not supposed to keep coming. If it says stand down, and you keep going, there's a good chance. Whereas in black people get shot just for like, oh man, this is some really good juicy fruit gum. Pow! Oh shit, he was chewing the gum too fast. And I feel threatened when niggas chew gum too fast. So no, I understand it, but he's just, it's such a bad. This impeachment is a bad look for them, the Republicans. If they actually, with all of this information that they smashed on them, how could they possibly do it? Because they're racist cunts and they're all about the power and they're afraid of Trump. That is it. They were sitting there getting their ass handed to them. Every single person that presented something, Pedro, I had it on all day in the background.
Yeah.
Every single person was killing them, and they were just sitting there, just like, I there's nothing that they could do. There was nothing they could say. Yeah. What are they gonna do after this? What are they gonna do after this?
I see all the fellas. Y'all came late to class tonight. I'm gonna let the ladies handle that. Let Miss Adverb get on y'all. But JRA NYC, Kuchadamas, G Washington. I see y'all, man. We here. Savage AF. Yeah.
Slam dunk.
This, I mean, in a rational world, but
you said in a rational world.
Yeah. So I guess early on, as they were sort of building the argument, Joaquin Castro, a representative from San Antonio, and others, Smallwell, were Swalwell or Swalwell, Eric Swalwell. Sorry, from California, were building their arguments up. People like Josh Hawley were apparently at feet kicked up, uninterested,
acting like a bitch,
playing Candy Crush or whatever. Yeah. But when it got to like when they got to like there was a cool thing they did with the red dot models.
Right.
They had like real video of the mob going, and then this 3D CGI model with the big red dot that was just kind of showing how the mob was moving through the space. Joe Wertz in the house. What up, Doubt? Miss No Slick Name, I see you. When they mix that, and then also like the unbefore seen like security video from inside the building that had no sound, that like you kind of just zoom in on the no sound joints and like really just have to watch and see it from the other side. I think that got a lot of the senators, at least emotionally. Not that it'll get them rationally, though, in a way that they're going to vote against. But if you're afraid of Trump, like, this is your opportunity to banish him from politics. Yes, you might get primary, but primary a better candidate then, or campaign better than whoever they put up. But the reality is, at this point, if you actually just convict the motherfucker, that would be the indictment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the thing that you could ultimately use to convince a lot of people, because none of the Q shit is ever going to come true. Hello, QAnon. None of the prediction. You know what their new thing now is? Is that on March 5th, there's going to be some uprising thing where Trump takes over again on March 5th.
Right, he's gonna be put into office, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's gonna swoop down with her big man face and start
but they literally believe that there's some other thing that's in motion, that
they always make up shit.
Fourth and fifth, he's gonna take over again. It's just like, Mel B, we see in the building, but it's just like, man.
Salutation.
Like, so their mindset is not there, but none of that shit is ever gonna come true. And the number of people that are gonna be able to just keep spinning the lie is gonna dwindle, right? But
yeah, it's gonna dwindle, but I still think that it's funny that every single time they say something's gonna happen, it doesn't happen. It's just like back in the day when it was 1999 and they said that every computer's Y2K is gonna happen. And then when Y2K didn't happen, they're like
2020.
2020 is gonna happen, and then so that's what they're thinking.
No, it was 2012, wasn't it?
Was it 20? It was 20.
It was 2012. Sorry.
Each time, that's what
2020 was just fucked up last year.
But QAnon's doing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the Democrats are on their game. I was about to call them pussies. Don't back up, because Biden is not. And then they floated out there, well, maybe to cause less, unrest in the country, Biden should pardon Trump.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That would be
horrible. And then Biden kissed my ass. He already's close to me going, get the fuck off.
No. I mean, I don't think that's all speculation at this point. Mel B said, did we hear about a cop lost 3 fingers on January 6th?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that specifically, but there was a lot of maiming. I think they did.
No, they ran down
an effective job of presenting the pain that was presented to the cops and the hours of, sort of hand-to-hand combat that occurred, and really mapping out how much, how close that mob was that Eugene Goodman herded, like a herd of orcs. Away from the White Tower. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And he was absolutely a hero, and I think that he should get, what is it? Are they going to give him the congressional?
I think that's a proposal, but at the end of the day, it even highlighted even for me how courageous even the whole police squad was, because ultimately it's not up to them to back themselves up. You're on duty right now. You just got to do your best against these thousands and thousands of people.
Did you hear?
And ultimately, it's upper management that failed them, right?
No, it was definitely that. But did you hear the one where the brother said, "I've been called nigger 15 times," and he
broke down. Yeah,
he said, "What is this, America? What the fuck is this?" And when they were fighting, you see some of the cops were doing the best they could. Yeah. But like you said, the orcs were like, rah, 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 rah. They kept coming. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like it was, it made me go, okay, these cops, because I have a problem with cops. I think cops, most of the time are full of shit, and their little blue wall that they do, or a blue shield, it gets on my fucking nerves when it comes to black people. And the double standard that they had pertaining to the BLM movement, and these obviously way more violent, not even way more. There's not even a comparison.
There's not even it's not.
They're not even a comparison. So I just think that that's why I had a problem with the cops, but they did really step up and do the best they could to fight. But the Democrats were just killing them. It was like watching a fight where the person is like, oh man, it was just horrible. They kept hitting them with lefts and rights and by the way, did you hear the audio of Trump? Boom! Down the hatch. I mean, it was just slam dunk after slam dunk after slam dunk.
Yeah, but Mel B points out 2 cops did commit suicide as well.
Yes,
it took 140 officers were injured. And an eye might be lost. So the prosecution did a fantastic job of presenting a bunch of stuff and information in a timeline in an efficient manner that ultimately I don't think is going to do a goddamn thing, but they did the job though. I mean, they're dealing with a fucked up body of senators, of 50 Republican senators who, like, even Mitch McConnell yesterday, he voted that it was unconstitutional to even continue with the trial. Ultimately they failed, but like he still can't just get on the let's kick Trump the fuck out of here train, because like, bro, you lost the power of your shell is gone because he snatched you up out of that. So
I still think that, turtles live for a long time. And
not without the show.
Not without their shell. Oh, okay.
Nope.
But then you know what happens? They sell their soul to the devil, and then you see that side of him. I think that he still is trying to finagle a way to get power, and he just doesn't. He won't get it. Plus, it's hard to get power when you're watching, like when you look like this. Look at this nigga's face.
Yep. Yeah. So Gary Washington asked, and before we move on, so is it treason? It's treasonous behavior, but I don't believe that's the actual charge that he's up for, right? So it's incitement of insurrection,
right?
Inciting a riot, and then the other article is the attempt to influence the election in Georgia, which actually takes us right into our next thing, but definitely the incitement of a riot would be, or an insurrectionist mob would be.
But it would be
treasonous behavior. But I don't believe that treason is what he's up for, in terms of the article of impeachment. So that being said, the other part of the article is this phone call, right, that he had with the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and I believe the other election official, was it Bernstein? I think his name was. Brad, was it Gary? Something like that. So I'll look him up. But so either way, we all heard this phone call that they taped because they knew that Dumpty was going to call and try and pressure them into doing some illegal shit.
Right. And he did. The way he did it, you heard it when they
guys, I just need 11,000. I mean, come on, man. I suck.
Come on, man.
Dick, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, it did sound like.
Come on, man.
It sound like
all I need is one more vote than we have.
Come on, you could find it, baby.
He couldn't even put the words right. He's like,
right.
I need 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have. And he meant to say that's one more than he needs, right? Because he lost by 11,779 votes, right? So he was asking for one more vote than he had lost by,
right?
Which, like I said back then, makes no sense, because how are you going to validate a one vote win over an 11,779 vote win? Like you like, just like his defense will have throughout this impeachment, it will make no sense, right?
But there's
no sense to the argument.
But you know what, Pedro, this is the wild shit. Bruce Castor is the one that put it out in the air. It was like, if he did wrong, and if you feel like it, let's have criminal charges. And by the way, I like pudding. Pudding is good. What the fuck? Snappity dappity dip dog. He didn't.
You're supposed to be his defense attorney. He's like, why don't you just charge him as a criminal? I mean, like, this is, a waste of everybody's time.
Come on, put him in jail.
I believe Marco Rubio also suggested the same thing.
The state of Georgia can do it because that phone call was absolutely the same shit he did before, that he was impeached for before, in impeachment 1, and now impeachment 2, the sequel, insurrection, Trump.
As what's his face, Bruce Castor did suggest, and I think Rubio as well, that is what Georgia's pursuing. The possibility of criminal charges over election, attempt to influence election.
Using Pedro? What else was it? It's like you can't use your power of the presidency to do that shit. And this is the fucked up part about it is the fact that we got to say all this shit that's fucking obvious, and he's still gonna get away with it, even with the impeachment, even if Georgia goes after him. I just feel like, unfortunately, he is Teflon Don, because the majority of and I consider not all of them, but a good percentage are obviously power hungry and don't want to lose their primaries because they know he still has a base that'll fuck you over just because. One of the guys that voted for his impeachment, or that it was constitutionally right to have an impeachment trial, as soon as he got back to Louisiana, they was like, censure. Hey, you can't, fuck you, man. You can't, you know what? You can no longer eat at Cracker Barrel. It was like immediately they went in on him. and and that's what it is, man. They're a bunch of bitches. They're a bunch of scared little bitches, and they're afraid of losing their job. Find another motherfucking job, you weak bastards.
Go back to just being rich, like
you're already rich.
Miss No Slick Name has just ruined one of my favorite shows. She said He's Naked and Afraid. I know she's talking about Trumpty Dumpty. I love that show, by the way.
Are you serious, or is it?
Bro, yeah. A couple weeks ago, I was just watching a marathon of them because I hadn't seen it in a while. But I love that show. I'll be trying to pick up survival techniques. Like, okay, that's how you skin a impala. Okay, cool.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. No, I thought you were joking. I thought she was joking.
But no. Most of these cats out here are naked and afraid right now, and are just trying to team up to survive. But I also do very much love that show.
I didn't even know it was a show for real. I thought it was a parody.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I'm sure they have like a base camp with medical shit in case shit really goes wrong. And but like I saw one where there was two sets of twins, and they had to survive for a certain amount of days as just siblings, and then hike to a meeting point, and then survive as a team of 4. And they were in like Africa, dog, like rhinos, and a leopard. Leopard followed them for 2 days. Lions and shit out there.
I did not know that. Now I'm gonna have to look that show up. But I never even. But I mean, I don't know if Trump is. I found.
Look, I'm not lying. Look, Melissa Sotelo said homegirl made shoes out of leaves, dog. I'm telling you, they took. I saw them take. Well, you made it sound nasty. You said naked. See, when you say naked, naked and afraid in the bush, in the dush, in the tush. No, it's naked.
Ass up, face down in the bush.
Naked and afraid.
It's naked. It ain't naked.
Naked and afraid. But they give you like a bucket to boil water in.
Oh my God!
And a bow and arrow.
Oh fuck!
Like, nigga, I don't have no bow and arrow skills. I got.
When she said Trump is naked and afraid, of course I found a picture of him, a naked. But
and we're the ones afraid if you see him naked.
If I was walking, that's why that lady's like, oh my goodness, get away from me with your Cheeto cock. Oh no, Cheeto cock. But I'm telling you right now, man, I did not know that was real.
You just ruined Cheetos for the crowd.
For the rest of history. Every time you look at Cheetos, go, fuck it, man, I'm good. I'm gonna eat Lay's. Shit. But naked and afraid.
Yep, that's what it is. And that's how these Republicans are living now. But let's see how tomorrow goes. I don't know how much more the Democrats are going to do. The Democrats have. They said they're going to close their opening statement tomorrow or finish their opening statement.
But for the people that may have jumped on late and didn't see what it was, I have a visual, metaphoric image of what the Democrats was doing all day.
That's it. They did that.
By the way, that's one of the top slams. They said. I looked it up.
Of all time.
Yeah, I didn't know he had it.
Vince Carter was one of the greatest airmen of all time.
Oh, okay,
So but like we're saying, so we'll see what happens in Georgia as well. The Trump's defense in the impeachment just kind of opened up that door of like, why don't you guys just charge him as a citizen? I mean, he's not even the president anymore. And Georgia's gonna, they're looking into that. So let's see. I know you said it might not happen, but also understand that Letitia James is still in the House and still all up on that ass. That is the New York Attorney General.
New York is State. Actually. Have you ever seen when animals like a lion is licking its teeth, and it's about to charge?
Laying low in the grass.
Laying low in the grass. I think that she is going to absolutely. Yeah, she absolutely is she's waiting to pounce. And
it's like when they get their head below the shoulders.
That's when it's a wrap, right? Yeah, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is the wild part about it. He has so many trials and cases already pending on him. He will be in court until he dies.
like I know he's been mentioned in rap songs a lot, but he doesn't have to like have rap charges and be living like a rapper. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Because he really don't have the money that he says he has. And then I guess that's a really funny, just odd, that hip hop latched onto him image wise because he was the hip hop white business guy, like all flash, no real cash, always on the dash, didn't pay for the stash,
Yeah,
and your shit don't last.
But you look at it this way.
Album is dropping, y'all.
The
Black
album's
Pedro begins.
Yeah. In fact,
son.
since we gonna talk about the album is definitely dropping. Make sure y'all check it out. It's Black Pedro Begins. It's not what you think it is, but what it is. There go the album right there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
all
sir.
right. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, the whole show funny as hell. The niggas dropping comedy bars.
Mel B, you saying that she's a Letitia James is DST, Delta Sigma Theta? I wasn't aware of that, but thank you for the knowledge and appreciation. That's why we appreciate the family here at Savage AF. Always appreciate y'all, man. Mondays and Fridays we're on 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time,
4 p.m.
Tuesday through Thursday we're going to be on 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stick with us, man. That's why you need to be on the YouTube page anyway. So you can get the updated episodes and whatnots.
And if there was one you missed, please go back through and give us a thumbs up or a like and whatever the fuck it is. You could comment, good, bad, indifferent. We don't care. We want to just get as much traffic to the channel as possible, and we appreciate y'all. Now I got to tell you though, this next one was dear to your heart. This next thing that is you're gonna throw down for us was dear. I could tell it was near and dear to your heart. Even the way it was written, it just seems like
it's something I can feel. But before I really get into it, I'm gonna hit you up with a little something like that.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, see what I did? I don't see what I did.
No.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. You know what it is, man. As I've been on my financial journey, I have placed my money in what few, pittance I have. I've placed in a few places in markets and crypto and other things.
Why's your voice? Why did you turn British?
Because this is a very white thing to do. That's why we don't do it, right? That's why we don't think like this, because it feels like such a fucking white thing to do. Yeah, I'm in the market and my money's in blah, blah, blah. It's just not typically a thing that is taught to us in the hood. AJ Fit, I see you. Off bat necessarily. And we have to reach out and work to figure out how to properly treat our money. But as I'm doing that, and they say, you should invest in products that you believe in. So I do have one of the areas I have my money in is cannabis. And, let me change the banner here for y'all. But my pop in today is that, things are up in smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like in that smokey out. That I'm from. Where you from? Oakland, smoking. You know what I'm saying? That Richie Rich. You know what I'm saying? So, we're now in the beginnings of an administration that is friendly to the concept of federal legalization. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and other senators or congresspersons are in the process of presenting bills this year, I believe, that are going to be about the nationwide legalization of marijuana. I've mentioned this earlier on other shows, but today was a day in which, cannabis stocks were up. Not all of them. Certain ones were. I'm not going to be the one out here telling y'all, really what to invest in or anything like that, because I'm definitely not there yet and not that dude and don't ever want to be. But I'm just trying to get people's minds towards that area, such that if you're not involved already, that you should start educating yourself as best you can on what is going on in these areas, because this is a way to beat inflation, right? Is to have your money, you put it away in smart places, look for long-term gains, and ultimately you will beat inflation where, inflation, $5 when we were kids doesn't spend the way it does now, right? Right. It won't get you a gallon of gas in some places, like depending on where you are, this kind of shit, right? So whereas you could get 14 Happy Meals for $5 when I was 8 or whatever, but now one Happy Meal is $11.95 or some shit, right? I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know how happy these meals make them, but the reality is the value of the dollar will always be outpaced by these products that we're trying to buy. And playing the market, investing in things that compound interest onto your investments, that's a way to think about your money, guys. And one thing that happened today is that cannabis is a play. And if you think about it, it's between the CBD, which is really the more medicinal, the absolute medicinal side of cannabis sativa or cannabis indica, either one, are that is the healing product, right?
Right.
The cannabidiols of it. So even Don Lemon has a line of CBDs that he's coming out with.
No, for real?
Yeah, bro, all kinds of celebrities are doing, and this isn't the stuff that gets you high. It's the stuff that helps with pain relief, helps you sleep, but doesn't get you addicted like the pharmas do, right? Like you won't have to suck dick in the alley or sell your third child because you didn't like that one anyways, right? Like you could just keep all your kids and just feel better.
Right.
So a lot of big names are involved in it. Even like the big pharmas, like they were mad at Don Lemon for announcing his line because his price was undercutting like Bayer and whatnot. But there's that aspect of it too, right? There's not just the Snoop Dogg, Far Side, let's get high, you know what I'm saying? All day, all night, whatever. I mean, that's my side of it. That's what I'm into. But I'm just saying, like,
what makes
not all it's about.
You know what makes it sad to me is all those brothers that are in jail and did time and doing a lot of time over the same thing that now we're all going to be investing our money in. That's the part that gets me.
All right, so you can still get a Happy Meal for less than $5. Thank you, Mel B. I haven't purchased. It'd be weird if I was like, let me get the He-Man Happy Meal with the shield and the sword. That would be the kick myself in the head. Melissa, she got the gummy game going. I'm not so into the edibles, but when we're talking about investing, we're talking about looking at things that have potential for growth. Right. And this is a product that has been held back as, on the federal level, it's still a Schedule I drug with, heroin and cocaine and shit. It's like clearly not that, bro.
Well,
it's clearly not that.
I think that they still do that now, but I think in the next 3 years, that'll all be faded away, and it'll be just like people that buy cigarettes. It's going to be the same shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my popping for today, guys. Is that there is this one market popping. You really don't want your weed to pop when you're smoking it. That means you're hitting some seeds and stems and things. Right. But the market itself is popping, and I believe that in the long run, if you do your research and find the right companies, there are great opportunities for your money to grow at a nice even pace over 10, 20 years.
So you saying the sticky icky is basically something that you think, well, I seen Roland Martin talks about it, and I seen there's a lot of people that that have companies, and I just can't see it fading. And I think that even though it's, in some market, in some places they say, oh shit, it's still a drug, and it's like, and it's on the same level as heroin and meth, and no, but I think I'm bullshit you not, 3 years tops. It's gonna be it's gonna be everywhere and everything. So I might have to start really thinking about my investment pertaining to that.
Look, and just to end that, Pamela Knox said, I make THC and CBD edibles and have cancer/MS patients who do both. More effective done together. There really are medicinal uses for this thing that isn't, as harmful to you or harmful to your system at all, really, when used responsibly. So,
well, I mean, is that something that you have invested in, or you're going to invest in?
No, I have one stock in a CBD company right now, and another one that I'm looking at that I'm gonna buy, and then maybe one other within that industry, and then diversify into other, like, I want to get into renewable energy as well.
Right.
You got to look at how politics and money overlap. This administration as well, the Biden-Harris administration, is big on green energy and pushing towards that. And so, as that industry has already been growing, just understand that there's probably going to be a boom in the very near future. Wind, solar, renewable stuff, hydroelectric.
Right. Well, I mean, my main thing is if you're going to go after it, the stuff that I think that will be around for a long time. And again, weed ain't never gone nowhere. So
you can grow that endo, baby.
Yeah. So I think it is going to be, and now there's people really that are smart about it, and you don't have to do it that way. And like you said, you don't have to get, you don't got to be in the alleyway doing it. So that's where my head's at with it.
Yeah, and I see you, Melissa. But when people invest in it, they don't have to invest it into their lungs. They don't have to ingest to invest. No, what you don't have to ingest to invest.
Right.
So don't let it get in trouble with your job. But legally, you can put your money in weed and get a return other than a high, unless you get high off of watching, your investment increase.
But if do
it responsibly, educate yourself.
Yeah. In other words, don't get high off your own supply. I think that's the 10.
It's one of the 10
crack commandments.
And you can apply it to any other drug. You really can.
Oh, that's my biggie.
There you go.
I don't know if y'all could. But I know it was close. I know
the
a lot
amount
of y'all.
Time you spend on it, it just really shows.
You could tell,
that you've dedicated
really
so much of your
put
life.
a lot of work into it, man. I look like anybody on here. I'm telling you, anybody on here that listens to me do this impression, you got to admit, it's just one of the best ever. Oh, see, it's just I don't know if that is either that or I'm choking. One of the two, but it's definitely one of those. But no, I mean, I wanted y'all to know, Savage AF, make sure that you check us out. Make sure you do me a favor. Follow at Black Pedro. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro. Follow him. Follow him. Make sure you follow. Yeah, make sure you follow at Black Pedro. And make sure you sign up on the website, iamshang.com. And also check out our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is doing extremely well. It's Savage AF. Savage A. F, and go to our Facebook page and follow us on there. Definitely hit us on the Facebook page. We just passed 4,140 people have signed up on the Facebook page. So we need you to be one of those people, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel on the podcast version, which is an iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And when you watch the videos, click the like button and subscribe. All right. And let me let y'all know my Shangri is really, because I'm trying to deal with some other shit right now, but I'm gonna get here. Let me tell y'all. Well. I'm saying right now, after I've seen how the GOP has been acting like scared little bitches, the GOP is officially traitors. They're scared little bitches. They have been acting like scared little bitches, and they're scared of Trump. The second impeachment is not doing anything to them. They're scared. I guess they're scared of his big orange body rolling over them or some shit, but they all act like frightened little bitches. Every time I see them, they're always kissing the ring. And now I finally, after watching the shit today and watching the shit yesterday and watching some of the comments, they are officially treasonous. flat out, unequivocally treasonous. And if you are all into the quote unquote America values and America this, America that, you cannot say these people are not traitors. They are absolutely. They might as well just stick their hand up motherfucking Statue of Liberty's dress and start finger banging her, because that's what the fuck they doing, all right? The bottom line is the Republicans have shown their ass. The fact that they're going to, with all this overwhelming evidence, they're going to show that they are traitors. They don't give a fuck. They're all a bunch of scared little children that's afraid of the dark. They're always afraid of, and you know who's in the dark? Trump. They're afraid of Trump. And you know they're afraid of Trump. This impeachment is what scares them. They don't. What they need to do is all say, fuck it, he's out. And they need to go Breaking Bad on that bitch. That's what they need to do. They need to go Breaking Bad on that bitch, because end of the day, this is what's going to happen, all right? They could try to fight it. They could try to act like, hey, I'm still in the fight, but you're not, okay? After the shit I saw today in this impeachment hearing, they fucking did, all I saw was this over and over and over. They were getting their asses kicked. So if you still buy into the bullshit that this was not a man that incited insurrection, you are flat out a fucking traitor, and it is treason. And the people that don't like what I'm saying, look it up. Look at the things he did. Look at all the information they gave. Motherfucker's a traitor, and if you're down with the motherfucker, you a traitor too. And that's why I think you need this done to you every day. That's my Shangry. I had to get that off my chest. I had to get it off my chest.
Hey man, nobody wants to go to sleep with that on their chests.
Okay? Yeah, you can't have that on your chest.
You got to let that release that, bro. Woosah that.
Yeah,
right on out your thing, man. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where you're just gonna have to go down in the books as the people that ignored, this just factual and emotional account of American history that you were also a witness / victim / juror on, and you didn't act on it. And this is to the GOP senators out there,
right?
The less than 17 that they really can't get on board, right? Like,
right.
That really can just really do this thing the right way, and just can't see that your party will be. He's like, you all. I don't know what they think now, but Dumpty has already destroyed the GOP. Like, anybody who considers themselves a real Republican, like, your shit is gone. Your shit is so factionalized. They're talking about some other party, Freedom Party or Patriot Party,
some shit like that. Yeah,
MAGA maggots party. I don't know, man.
Well,
MAGA
check this
head.
out, Mr. Reefer Man Hemp Human, who's a traitor. I think it's traitorous. A traitor, if I'm saying it right.
The GOP senators.
GOP senators that actually are trying to turn their eye from seeing all of this information is the ones who are sitting there acting like fucking children with their feet up on the fucking, their feet up and tweeting and twittering and doing all that other shit while this was going on. Then, hey, fuck it. I'm no longer going to give you a pass. I'm not giving none of these motherfuckers a pass no more. They deserve to be looked down upon, and they deserve what, and you know what Garlene Kane, let me see what Garlene Kane said. The Republicans never, no, I can't say that because, no, I can't say that.
Well, I think she means that, like, if they don't, like, if they have to break off, or if they, like, if that party splits into, like, the Patriot and the Republican Party, two different things, like, yeah, they won't win again. They will not ever win again. It will just be, and to be honest, they might end up just being absorbed by the Patriot Party, because the political minds that we're dealing with, and I'll use political very lightly in many air quotes.
you got to do this a lot when you say it's almost like martial arts. It's like
air quote style. Air quote style.
Haha.
But these political minds that we're dealing with, they're pretty far out there right now. So it's hard to reel that in and get that back from people, man. Without having a serious disagreement.
A disagreement. So I mean, a lot of people saying, who am I saying? I think it's treasonous, and I think it's treasonous to actually act like this evidence that they presented is not valid. it's just fucking, the fact you're looking another way, you're just an absolutely scared little bitch. And you know what? Some of you guys that actually helped with the insurrection need to be in jail with some of these insurrectionists. So fuck you too. And this was should happen to your dog. This is
just not the dog, but not the, oh man, just the way he flies. Oh man,
this is what should happen to you.
Hilarious.
It's an interesting day today. I've had an interesting day across the board. So dealing with some people and some stuff. So it is good to get on here and talk with you guys and talk about the stuff that's going on. But definitely make sure you check out Pedro when his album comes out. And also check me out on February 18th for my special. Like you said, if Black Pedro Begins, this is a special from before that I wanted to release that I didn't get to release. So now I'm getting to release it. So that's what it is.
Mel B asked if we heard about Sean King. Last I heard is that him and what's the brother that's running, Gary? Sorry if I'm gonna blank on his last name, but that Sean King hired a private investigator to lead to an arrest in the murder of Kawan. So this is a story I need to follow up on though, and get more info on. But it is on my radar. But yeah, Sean King's been doing some righteous things. I just thought recently he was wrong about the killing of Ashley Babbitt at the Capitol. I thought that was totally justified, and it was part of the narrative today. Not celebratory, but definitely part of the whole narrative of insurrection that occurred at the Capitol today. But we digress, man. We can talk about this all day, and there's so much more going on. It's going to come up tomorrow, and
it's going to come up tomorrow,
and, at least for the next probably week and a half. So,
is it the Republican? Is it Trump's attorney's turn tomorrow?
So no, the defense. I'm sorry, the prosecution has. Now I sound like Trump's attorney who kept calling himself the prosecutor because he used to be one. But he's actually a defense attorney. He's I know the difference, though.
Yes, I know the difference. And you know what? I like Jell-O. I always like Jell-O. Jell-O's good. Jell-O's always very good, very tasty.
The prosecution or the impeachment managers have 8 more hours to argue. The breakdown that Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell came up with were that each side would have 16 hours to sort of argue their opening statements. Argue their opening statements and lay out their whole argument. And I'm not sure that the Democrats will need that much time tomorrow.
I think they already kind of slam dunked it. I think it would be almost getting to the point of redundancy.
But
Jamie, sometimes you have to repeat shit so they can hear it.
But I'm sure there's more to lay out. But Jamie Raskin also said that they would be concluding their opening statement tomorrow. So whether they use the entire 8 hours or not, either way, they only have 8. So it'll end tomorrow. With their side, and then either tomorrow or Friday, the defense will begin their 16-hour Babble Fest.
That's gonna be so hilarious.
I feel like it's gonna be a Teletubbies episode for adults.
It's gonna be.
But they're just gonna come out and make noises like Yeah, it's gonna be. I think their defense is gonna be weird.
It's going to be weird tomorrow, but we want to let y'all know. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. We will be back tomorrow. We will give you a heads up with everything that's going on, but we'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you check out all of the different stuff on the YouTube channel. I'm having a hard time getting that out today. Pedro knows why. But on the YouTube channel, make sure you check us out. And we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with us, and talking a little shit with us, and get that off your chest, y'all. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, everybody have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow.